welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. So in today's video, as you read by the title, my hair looks an absolute mess, and I'm so excited for today's video because we are actually going to be dyeing my hair. I'm going to be dyeing it the correct way, the way that you guys should be dyeing it if you are dyeing it in quarantine. This has been widely requested literally for a few weeks now. I've just been super busy wrapping up my spring semester for cosmetology and everything, so this is the perfect opportunity for me to just have a fresh, you know, set of hair, and it's just everything. I'm super excited. I haven't dyed it in a few weeks now, and I definitely recommend, if you are going to do this over quarantine, you definitely do your research. If you are not a professional hairstylist or you're not a cosmetology student and you have no knowledge of how to start dyeing your hair without it being box dye, I highly recommend not doing that. But before we jump into this video, I just want to say thank you guys for all the recent support on my channel. All the love that I've received through these few weeks that I've actually been able to sit in front of the camera and film more videos than I would have whenever I was physically in class has been absolutely amazing. And I have had to squeeze in, you know, a lot of time between online school and practicals with cosmetology school online, but I've made it possible, and I wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. So thank you guys so much. We're on our way to 2K, and I cannot wait to hit 2K and just grow this channel, you guys. It has been just a dream of mine to make this possible for myself, and it's been so much fun. So I thank you so much, and let's jump into this video. And before we get started, make sure you guys become part of my jam fam down below. Hit the subscribe button, and yeah, let's jump right into this video. Ugh, I have to stretch before I do this. This is gonna be interesting. I know a lot of you guys are gonna come for me in the comments. A lot of people that think they know everything about hair, or they're hairstylists and they've been in the industry for several years. So I'm just gonna throw out a disclaimer before we get started. If you have anything negative to say, please don't say it, because I will block you. And second of all, I'm doing what I feel is necessary for my hair. This is not, you know, a client scenario. This is not someone else's head. It's my head. So if I'm not doing everything by the book, that's my personal, you know, action, and it's my hair. So don't come for me. But anyways, I'm trying to be as organized in this video as I can. I'm not going to wear a cape, but I do have a shirt on that is just a regular shirt. I don't really care if I get color on it. But if you are going to be doing this at home, I highly recommend you do not box dye your hair. First of all, as I'm doing my hair, I will be explaining to you my opinion on box dye and why you shouldn't do it, because whenever you're in hair school, you get your ass handed to you, and honestly, you get educated on box dye and metallic dyes and henna, and if you're a hairstylist, then you know what I'm saying. But if you're not, and if I'm speaking foreign language and it's all hair talk, I do apologize, but that comes with it. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them down below, and I'll try to answer as many as I can and get back to you guys. So for things that you're going to need if you're going to dye your hair correctly, you're going to need a set of gloves. These are the Fremar gloves. I really like these. They don't, you know, make my hands sweaty. I don't know if that's like, a lot of people feel that way, but it's just weird. Some gloves make my hands sweaty. So these don't make my hands sweaty, but you can really use any type of gloves. Gloves are better than no gloves if you're going to dye your hair. And then you will need a mixing bowl or a color bowl, a brush if you're going to do an application. You do not use your hands. I've been cringing over this quarantine because literally everybody has been dyeing their hair, and so many people were like, just do the video. We want to see how you're supposed to do it, which it's probably not 100% correct, but like I said, it's my hair, so I'm gonna do it the way I feel that I want it done. But anyways, you should definitely have a mixing bowl. You should not be using your kitchen counter to mix your color on. That's literally a video that I watched, I think it was like last night, and I was like, I want to comment so bad, and I'm just not one of those people to like comment something negative on someone's YouTube channel and crush their dreams. So I don't, but definitely don't do that. I highly recommend getting a mixing bowl. Even like Tupperware would be much better than a kitchen counter. Then you're going to need some clips. Honestly, it's just preference. These are actual salon clips, but you can use any type of clips that you want. I would highly recommend you take off any of your jewelry. As you can see, I don't have any earrings, necklace, anything on. I do have rings on, but like I said, I will have gloves on. Yeah, I feel like I'm reiterating myself a lot, but honestly, you just don't want to get color on anything. So mixing up today, I'm going to be using 20 volume. This is just a L'Oreal 20 volume. Usually I use the Matrix one, but this is the one that I'm going to be using today. I know a lot of you guys are going to comment on this next part of the video, so I'm going to tell you now so you don't. Typically, whenever you're depositing color, you can use 10 volume. I don't have 10 volume, so for today's color application, I'm just gonna use the 20 volume that I have. But if you do have gray, I would highly recommend using 20 volume because that is gonna give you a better coverage. And if you do have over like 40 to 50% of gray, I would highly recommend going a shade darker than the initial color that you are trying to achieve. So the color that I'm going to be dyeing my hair today is going to be the Redken Color Fusion line, and I actually really like this line, you guys. You process up to 45 minutes, and all their stuff, they don't really have any harmful dyes or anything in it, so I just really like this brand. And over the quarantine, I've gotten to know it because I did get some color from a brother's girlfriend for my birthday. So I was super thankful and happy about that. This is the shade 1AB. So it's an ash blue tone under like a level 1. And if you guys don't know what like level of hair color are, I will definitely try to leave like a screenshot in the video for you guys. I will put it right here so you guys can look at it. But typically the hair levels are 1 is the darkest and then 10 is the lightest. So basically me, I'm like a natural level like 3 or 4, dark brown. I typically like my hair pretty black. Actually, normally I don't really do a lot of highlights or anything like that. I've done balayage in the past, but my natural level is so dark that it takes so much like bleach and sessions just to get my hair to become a lighter level. Like I said, I'm going to try not to talk too much like salon talk, try to be pretty basic for you guys. But yeah, so you have a level 1 and it goes all the way to 10. So the lower numbers typically are darker and the higher numbers are lighter. So today we are doing darker. We are not doing lighter, no bleach today, but I will be showing you guys how I'm going to mix this up. But before we get started, yeah, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to message me. Do not box dye your hair because all of these salons are going to have to fix them whenever we get out of this quarantine, and it is a lot harder than you guys think it is to pull that box dye out of your hair. A lot of people think that it's just like professional grade like color, and it's not. And I highly, and I'm gonna say it again, recommend you do not box dye your hair. Just don't do it. Do your research. So anyways, gonna get to mixing this color. So I'm gonna be doing a 1:1 ratio for you guys. If you don't know what 1:1, it just means same parts of each product 1:1. And yeah, I'm gonna mix it up and we will start to apply. This little disclaimer in there, you can definitely mix your lightener. You definitely mix your color and your developer based off of consistency. I know a lot of people get aggravated because they think you have to measure everything out, and you don't. Honestly, you get better the more you do mix things, but you definitely don't have to measure each time. If you're using more than 2 products, then yeah, I would definitely recommend, you know, maybe measuring your formula just so you don't waste your product that you're spending your money on. But if you're only using 1 color and a developer, I definitely don't see the problem of why you can't mix off of consistency, and 9 times out of 10 I do mix off of consistency. And whenever you're dealing with lightener or anything like that, I would recommend that you do try to measure it if you are doing an application such as baby lights or something like that, because if your consistency is heavier or thinner, it might bleed, and you definitely don't want that whenever you're doing a service. Okay, so I'm gonna pan this down to show you guys. So this is what the consistency looks like. It's pretty thin, but it's a creamy consistency, so that's why we'll be using a color brush. This is one of my favorite Big Daddy brushes from the Framar or Framar. I don't really know if I'm saying it right, but anyways, I just say Framar set, and I will try to link these brushes down below for you guys as well. So as you guys know, I did have my hair cut a little while ago, and so I'm just gonna kind of brush through this This is just a Lily England brush that I really like. And I'm just going to kind of brush through this a little bit and work my way up the head. And then when my hair is all smoothed out, I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to section it. And typically I don't do a middle part, but for the application right now, I am going to kind of part it through the middle just because it makes it a lot easier whenever you're applying it. So I'm going to section my hair and then I will put the gloves on. I'm going to try to show you guys as best as I can how I'm going to section it so you guys can see. Oh, and I forgot to mention, you will definitely want like a rat tail comb or fine tooth tail comb that is pointed at the end. Let me stop talking hair salon for you guys. If you're, you know, just wanting to part your hair for the application, I would definitely recommend using a comb like this because it's going to be so much easier. So I'm going to try to turn as I'm showing you guys how to do this. So you're going to find your apex, which is the highest point of your head right here, and you're just going to kind of come down. And if this was a client, it would be so much easier, but you're just going to part this behind the ear. And so I'm just going to take this back part and clip this up. And my hair is pretty fine, so these clips will just be fine for getting it out of the way. And then I'm just going to clip up this front section. You can usually just twist this and just clip it out of the way like that. And then you're going to do the same thing to the other side. If it's not perfect, it's not a big deal, you guys. Do the best you can, for sure. I know a lot of you guys aren't hairstylists or in hair school. So do the best you can and don't stress about it. Okay, so because I'm not using lightener, I'm not going to start in the back of my head. If you're just doing it on yourself, you can honestly start on either side of the head that you want. This color recommends that it sits for 45 minutes. So I'm probably going to let it sit for that long, but yeah, we're gonna get started applying it. So I'm gonna put my gloves on. And like I said, I didn't take off any of my rings because they're gonna be in the gloves. I can't wait to see how this turns out though. I'm really excited about what it's gonna look like. Okay, so if you feel more comfortable using your comb to kind of lay out your sections for coloring, you can definitely do that. I'm going to try not to look at the viewfinder too much, but I'm also going to try to look in the mirror behind me so I can see what I'm doing, because I often try to look in both and it's just a mess. So yeah, I'm going to start the application. I'm going to try to like speed through some of this, but I'll try to talk through some of it as well. Watching this application, I do want to put in here that you want to start on the top piece of hair that you're coloring. So you want to apply it. I have a little baby hair like really close with my little cowlick in the front there, so that's what I'm going to be getting. But you want to, and I'm going to apply, you want to apply it like that first, and then I typically go under here after. But like I said, we don't have gray, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. But I'm going to apply this to my root area first, and then I'm going to work it down to the ends. Ooh, it's already looking blue. This is a lot harder than doing it on a client. So much harder to do it on yourself. So all these people that dye their hair all the time, kudos to you, because this is not an easy process. Okay, you guys, so I am back. My mom and my brother just helped me rinse out my hair because we don't have a shampoo bowl at the house. So I'm going to give myself a little bit of a blow dry, and I'm going to speed up the footage. But I did take my lashes off because they did get wet and they were just kind of coming off. So I do look a little rougher than I did earlier, but honestly, whenever you're working with a sink at the house, it's just what you have to deal with. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed through the blow dry, and I will be back to show you guys the finished product. Okay, you guys, so this is the finished color. It is completely blow dried. I gave myself a little bit of a blowout. And as you guys can see, it is like a blue black, which is why it is a level 1 hair color with an ash blue, which is what stands for the AB. It's just ash blue. But I will try to show you guys the back as best as I can. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned a little bit of something over this quarantine of coloring your hair. Do not use box dye. Make sure you use, honestly, anything besides your counter to mix color. I still can't believe that I witnessed that on a YouTube video. That just shocked the crap out of me because there's so much bacteria on those non-porous surfaces. That is so disgusting. So do not do that. Make sure you do your research about hair color and don't use box dye. But yeah, I love you guys so much. I will see you guys in my next video. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss any of my future uploads, and I will see you guys.